This is a sewing tutorial on how to sew the perfect pencil skirt that has the perfect fit, that has the perfect butt contour and also has the perfect hip contour. Hi, my name is Oluwato saying in case this is the first video of mine that you're coming across, and you're welcome to all my return subscribers. You are also welcome. This tutorial is a sewing tutorial because I already uploaded a detailed cutting tutorial of this particular skirt in my previous video. The link to it is currently showing up and it will also be down in the description box. So after you are done watching this, you should watch that so that you understand where I am coming from. That particular video is so detailed and it is absolutely beginners friendly. Like, there are a lot of explanations on how to successfully cut the perfect pencil skirt like this in that video, and this is the sewing tutorial of that video. So the first I did was to turn my skirt. I started with turning the front panel. So to turn, you face your lining to the right side of the Ankara. In case what you are using to line your fabric has two face, like right side and wrong side, be mindful of the fact that the right side of your lining has to face the right side of the actual fabric, which in my case is the Ankara. I won't be dwelling too much on how to turn the front because it is very, very easy. It's the back that is a bit difficult, but basically it's just to turn the down first. Then you will see that the lining is obviously shorter than the actual fabric. I'll be mentioning Ankara in this video because I'm using Ankara. So I'll not be saying actual fabric, I'll be saying Ankara. So you can see that the lining is shorter than the Ankara. After you are done stitching it down, you drag the lining up to the length of the Ankara and then you will stitch both sides. Then flip it to the right side from the up, and that is it for the turning of the front. To turn the back, the first thing that you would do, especially when you are turning a back that has slits that will open, just like in the case of the skirt, it can be a bit difficult. Just listen attentively if you're having problem turning a pencil skirt that has slits that is opened. The first thing you will do is to figure out how long you want your zip to be on your skirt. You remember that this skirt is going to have band. I mentioned that in my cutting tutorial, and the band will be 1.5 inches long. So I measured 1.5 on that zip because this zip will be extended to the band, and then I placed that 1.5 up and marked where I want the zip to stop on the body of the skirt. After this, the next thing you will do is to figure out the actual length of the skirt, the length you are working with. And this skirt will have a band of 1.5 inch. That is why I'm placing my tape rule like this. So I proceeded to measuring the length, which in my case is 40. I marked that 40. After marking 40, whatever is remaining is a turning allowance. You fold it up just like this, and considering that this person has skirt length of 40, I know that our slit should not be more than 20, like a decent slit, except you want it extremely long. Like you want the slit extremely long. A decent slit should not be more than 20. So from the down, I measured 20 inches up. This 20 is not a standard. It depends on how long you want your slit to be. So I marked that 20, and from the point where my zip stops to that 20, I'll be stitching across this point. Stitch it very well, especially where the slit will start from, so that your zip does not start tearing from there. Once you are done stitching that, the allowance I used at this zip side is half inch. Then the one I used at the down is 1 inch. So you will not just stitch it straight. You will slant your hand inward a bit. This is part of what will contribute to the butt contour. So once you are done stitching, and right side has to face right side before you stitch. Open up your skirt like this. It is now time to turn. So you will pick up lining for one side. Right side of the lining will face the right side of the Ankara. And make sure that the zip side for the lining is facing the zip side, and then the shaping side is facing the shaping side. The lining will obviously be shorter than the Ankara, but you just have to drag it to the same length, and you have to start turning from the down first. So after stitching it down, drag it up, let it be the same length with your Ankara. Then you are going to stitch the side next. Just stitch across the side from up to down. Then when you are done stitching this other side that you've not stitched, you carefully put the other side inside, the other side that you're not turning. Just watch what I'm doing closely. Put it inside. Make sure that it does not get in your way even while you are sewing. Then you will turn from up to down, like you will stitch this side from up to down while the others, like the other panel of the back is inside it. Then you bring it out from the up. Basically, that is it. You repeat this same process to the other side. After turning that one side, this is what the inside is looking like. I mean the wrong side. And this is what the outside is looking like, the right side. I have some people that were anticipating this particular video. Someone dropped a comment, and I had four people who came to remind me on Instagram that I said I would drop this sewing tutorial today, and I've not dropped it. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. So just repeat the same process to the other side of the back, and basically that is it for turning a pencil skirt or a pencil dress that has an open slit like this. So flip these panels to the right side, I mean the front and back panel, and then you give it a very, very good press. You give them a very good press. Remember, we've not spoken about that in this case. In fact, if you've watched the cutting video, while I was cutting this skirt, I did not mention that. That's because you can always put your dart while you are sewing. So this is the point where I'll put my dart. I've used my pressing iron to press down the point where my dart will be. And the interval between the two darts for the front is just a nipple to nipple. Then the length of the dart is 4 inches. So nipple to nipple, I measured nipple to nipple on both sides, and I stitched my darts for the front and then for the back. So what is next is to shape. To shape, you are going to pin down the zip allowance first. The zip allowance in this skirt should not be straight because of the way we cut it initially. If your zip allowance is straight, your skirt will not come out perfect, like the bust contour will not come out very, very well. So the zip allowance has to be slanted. Then after pinning, you can either pin down the zip allowance or you just stitch it in a way that you will still lose it later. In my case, I pinned it down. Then you bring back the front panel, face the right side of it to the back panel of the skirt. I love to start my shaping from the back because it automatically helps me to know the middle of my skirt. So you'll be dividing our waistline by 4, starting from the zip allowance, then you mark that. Then for the hip, you can see that there is like 2 inches allowance waiting for me inside. That's the butt contour. So I'll be deducting 2 inches from our hip before dividing. So our hip is 40. Instead of me to divide 40 by 4, I deducted 2 inches. I divided 38. If you watch closely what I marked was 9.5 instead of 10. So once you are done stitching, like shaping for one side, you flip it to the other side and you start measuring from the initial place that you have shaped. Now you are dividing your measurement by 2, no longer by 4 like you did earlier. So a waistline divided by 2, you mark that. Then a hip minus 2 inches. Don't forget that minus 2 inches. As long as you have put the butt contour, the allowance while you were cutting your skirt, you have to deduct that 2 inches. If not, that place will be saggy, it will not be firm, and the hip will not come out the way you want it to be. So minus 2 inches divided by 2, I marked that and then I stitched it down depending on how pencil you want your skirt to be. You can see the way it's coming out at this point. That cropped front is obvious. You can obviously see it like that. What is next is to cut the band, and to cut the band I mentioned in the cutting video. If you've not seen that video, you need to watch it so that you understand all these things that I'm talking about. That I love to cut my band at this point so that I can know the accurate measurements. It's just for me to measure. So whatever you have measured at this point, I'll be multiplying it by 2 because my skirt is on fold of 2 and because my band will be 1.5 inch wide. It has to be on fold of 2, that's 3 inches, and I need additional 1 inch or half and quarter inch to attach my band to the skirt. So I'll be cutting a piece that is 33 inches long and 4 inches wide. 33 inches because that was what I measured inside my skirt. And I cut my band straight. Some people cut their band curved. I cut my band straight because I already curved the front of my skirt, which I did in the cutting tutorial of this skirt. That's why I said you have to watch it so that you understand better where I'm coming from. I cut my band straight because the front of my skirt is already curved. If you did not curve the front of your skirt, I would advise that you curve your band. But if you've curved the front of your skirt, I would advise that you cut your band straight. Then I interfaced my band with stay. You can use gum stay as well. Just make sure that the gum stay is not too thick. Now, to join this band, there are several ways you can join it. You can join it straight like this, but just know that all the joining will not be concealed. Once you flip it to the wrong side, you'll be seeing it. Then you can join it in a way that you will turn the waistline so that the joining will not be showing, which is what I'll be doing in this video. So to do that, face the right side of your band to your skirt. Skip 1 inch on your band before you start stitching the band to the skirt. And on the other side of the skirt as well, skip 1 inch. So when you are done fixing the band to the skirt, you can see what mine is looking like at this point. The front is cropped just the way it is supposed to be. The next thing is I proceeded to fixing elastic on mine because I want elastic at the both like the two sides of the waist for this skirt. If you don't want it to be like that, it's not a must you fix this elastic. But if you want me to make a tutorial on how I fix elastic, just let me know in the comment section. I will make a tutorial on that. So you can even fold it like this, but that way that part where I put my finger will be opened like that and just stitch from one side to the other. Another way that you can fold it is to turn that 1 inch that you have skipped on both sides before you start sewing your band, which is the method I'll be using. So you flip your band to the wrong side like this. Right side will be facing right side, and then you stitch across that part that my finger just ran across. While you are stitching, this small allowance, don't let it fold because you will need it. Let it be opened like that before you stitch. So stitch on this side, then you stitch on the other side as well. When you are done stitching, flip the band back to the right side. Then with that small allowance that I said you should not let it fold, you're going to fold it inward and then you stitch on that allowance. Let it be as close as possible. Let it be on the band. Don't let it drop down to the skirt. And while you are stitching, that part where the elastic is on the waistline to the left and to the right, you pull the elastic to like the elastic limit. Pull it to the maximum when you get to that part before you stitch. If not, the band will pleat a bit and it will not be nice. So if you are putting elastic on your own skirt, you pull it when you get to where that elastic is. But if yours does not have elastic or will not be having elastic on the sides, just stitch it straight. Make sure that your stitch is at the edge, the tip of the band. And basically that is it for attaching the band on the skirt. The next after this is just to fix your zip. It's at this point that you fix your zip. And after fixing my zip, I gave my skirt a very good press, and basically my skirt is ready. And basically that is it for the cutting and the sewing of this pencil skirt. If you've not seen the cutting video, don't forget that the link to it is down in the description box. And this is the outcome of my skirt. Trust me when I tell you that this mannequin is not doing justice to this skirt, but my client does not want me to put a video out there. If this video has been helpful to you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you have any question, the comment section down is always opened to welcome all of your questions. If you've not subscribed, kindly do, and don't just subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified when next time I upload a new video on this channel. I have been on a 7 days challenge and today is the 7th day. So this is my 7th video. I'm just praying and hoping that this video goes viral and give me the visibility that I pray for. Because on this channel, I upload sewing tutorials on daily basis. So if you've not seen the cutting tutorial, just click on the box on the right side of your screen and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.